According to the report we obtained from Punch newspaper, popular Islamic scholar Sheikh Ahmad Gumi has questioned the authenticity of the Nigerian military's born bandit and killing of bandits in Zamfara last week. While speaking through his media consultant, Choko Mamu, Gumi revealed that innocent lives were killed during raids against bandits by a Nigerian military. Now, when this Tucano the A Tucano jet or Tucano jet came into the country, the first thing I asked was, I hope these people will be given training on how to fly it. I hope they'll be given training on how to use it. I hope this time that the government is buying for them by them not using it, I just hope that they're actually being trained on how to use it so that we don't get to hear such stories. That was my fear. A lot of people was talking about, not using on the book. Me, my own was, if they start using, will they be able to pin these people, circle them, and deal with those people alone, rather than, we have stories of them killing people. And recently, a certain governor came out and said, that they should bombard anybody. At the end of the day, let it be like the bandits are killed. And I'm saying, excuse me, sir. You don't come into a house where there is a snake, and because there is a snake in your house, you annihilate members of your family. No, you don't do that. Does it make sense? There was a snake in your house, and when you're trying to, instead of you to carefully, evacuate the house, evacuate your children and your wife, you kill them with a snake alongside, or you bomb the house. It does not make any sense. It doesn't seem to make sense. So this is exactly my fear, and I'm sure a lot of people had this concerns about our dear country. These people have not been used to. Let us not tell ourselves lies. Some of this equipment that the governments have been getting for those people, especially the 8 Kano jets, have not been. I'm not sure they've been using them. So they need lots and lots and lots of training on how to go about them and ensure that this thing does not happen. So that while we are celebrating, we don't throw other families into mourning. Because the families of those affected will be in mourning. While you're celebrating, the bandits, okay, they have actually killed a good number. At the end of the day, we get to start hearing news that some family we are actually affected. Sincerely, it is not going to be funny. It is not going to be funny. Let's find out more about the news in detail. Please stay with us. Speaking to newsmen in Kaduna yesterday, part of Gumi's statement read thus. The simple question is that we should ask ourselves from these reports that they are saying that they have bombarded this camp and that camp. Is there any evidence on the ground? There is a particular forest we visited in Niger State. The whole of the settlement have been bombarded. This settlement has nothing to do with bandits. In fact, they showed us 2 walls full of innocent people, dead casualties of this bombardment. That is exactly what those bandits were telling us. They said whenever we hear the sound of an aircraft, we run to our caves and then run. If they will succeed in killing anybody, it is the small children, the wives, or the cows. In my opinion, the federal government should look into the statement made by Gumi through his media consultant. This is because while we are pursuing the annihilation of bandits, we cannot risk endangering the lives of innocent men, women, and children. I'm in affirmative of this. I'm in support. Support. Let us allow the army to do their job. They are well trained. You can teach. You cannot teach them. Look, and as much as we are trying to end, the insecurity in Nigeria, we are not going to do that by slaughtering by our own self. That was immediately I heard that this equipment landed in Nigeria. I was like, with these people now, we don't want to hear stories of their casualties. There was actually a time when they said, I don't know if they were testing and they actually bombarded people. And that was even when my fears increased. I was like, these people have not made use of this equipment before. I hope they are taking their time to ensure that they learn how to use it very well. They learn how to use it so cleanly that they can actually extract the bandits. They can annihilate them without, having casualties. It does not make any sense that you are going to come out and boast that you win a war, meanwhile you have a lot of casualties on your side. It does not make any sense to me. It does not. So let it not be an object where it is going to cause more harm rather than good. They should seriously look into this and ensure that these people, they don't give it to amateurs. They give it to people who have learnt all this time or they have not been using, should have been put into learning how to use these things. And of course, when they say learning how to, I believe there are areas that these people can, can actually go and learn how to use it without having to, without we having to hear such news that people actually, there are casualties or people actually died. This is not the kind of news we want to hear. The military came out and they were like jubilating, and I was like, see, it is not even too early to jubilate. Number one, you just won a battle, and now we're even hearing that the battle was not even won, because we have a lot of casualties on the Nigerian army side now. We have a lot of innocent people who were casualties. And of course, I'm going to be asking the question, how exactly do we know if this news is true? How do we know that? There's no pictures, there's no videos. Of course, the bandits, when they do things, they come out with their evidences. In fact, I've been saying this for a very long time, that I do not even understand. I don't know who we should believe anymore. It's like the Nigerian army says something, and at the end of the day, you hear the other side of a story from the bandits, and you're kind of saying that these people, maybe they reduce the number or they downplay the losses or whatever. But sincerely, I still feel that, when it concerns this particular issue of, making use of the A to Kano jets, that these people have to make sure that they have learned and mastered the art, so that we don't keep hearing such stories. True. We need to consider risking the lives of innocent people. The people in line of danger should help the authority too by providing credible information. Okay. The question is this: why the terrorists had fueled this kidnapping, butchering, raping, maiming, and killing innocent Nigerians and throwing them inside the same wells? What has been the reaction of terrorist Gumi and his daredevil cohort? He has certainly found his voice, because his group is now taking the heat and taking the bitter pill, as they all have these years. The thing is, well, it flashed my mind, what if Gumi is the only one saying this now? Gumi is the only one saying this. I don't think any Northerner. We have not heard any news. Information has not gotten to us. I don't know if they are sweeping it under the carpet as usual, or, sincerely, it is now waking that part of me up. Please, what if Gumi is just saying this because of, this? I'm only saying. He has suddenly found his voice, because his group is now taking the heat and taking the bitter pills they have all these years been feeding the helpless and hapless innocent Nigerians that he and his wicked terrorist group have been traumatizing. Okay. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. And until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.